Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Gonna be kind of an odd episode. Of course, everything I do is odd. Hang on a second. Might be a revisit of a previous episode, which might change into a completely different episode. But it's something I've been thinking about and bugging me and all this kind of weird stuff. So let me get you set up. Right back. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work. But anyway. But I can see the camera now. Anyway, looking back on this old Revere tape recorder. I don't remember exactly what the deal was with it. I know that I didn't think I wanted to mess with it. But sometimes I can't leave stuff alone. Got some tape in here. I don't know what's on it. Let's see what else I got. Little baby reel, ain't it sweet? And then we got this guy, which has not been opened. $2. But and the power cord. Slightly brittle. Broken belt. I think the belts probably can be replaced. So how do you get this dude out of here? Anybody remember? 4 screws right there. So let me get my unscrewed modifier, or whatever you call it, in other words, screwdriver. I want to give this thing another go. But I got something else in mind for certain parts of this thing, and this is going to involve a multiple project, I guess you could say. I went down to the hunting camp a little while ago, and picked up an ice chest that I'm going to need for something else, and we stopped, me and the wife and a friend. On the way back, we stopped at a dairy, what do you call that? A Dairy Maid, if you will. And I got a chocolate milkshake. Don't need it, but got it anyway. I like chocolate milkshake. Anyway, that's got me kind of hyper. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing apart. There is a speaker attachment somewhere on here. Alright. Now, where was we on this? I guess what I was going to do with this, thinking about it, I've got a couple of little portable guitar amps, okay? And they're little solid state Walmart things, you know, or, you know, they're not PVs or anything like that. But they have a good cabinet and a good speaker. I actually thought about taking the amplifier section out of this, the rectifier and all that, the filter capacitors or whatever's good in this, the power transformer and all that. And taking this and transplanting it into that amplifier chassis and see if I can make a guitar amp out of this. Now, I don't play guitars. In fact, the only way I can carry a tune is in a bucket. But before I do any of that, I'm trying to recall what was wrong with this thing. I honestly don't remember. Something told me I didn't want to mess with it. But looking back on it, you got a power transformer here, the motor here. Put y'all back down so I'm looking at me. You get your power transformer here, you get your motor here. solenoid of some kind right here. Don't know what the function is yet. I'll figure it out. 2 filter caps. You got 2 tubes here. Probably an AX7 here. I don't know what that is. 6J. What is that? 6SJ7. Knew we had a J in there somewhere. Alright. This right here is a 6X5, so that's the rectifier. This looks like maybe a 6V6 perhaps. Let's see. Get out of there. I think that says 6K6. Yeah, 6K6. And then I got, which might be the bias oscillator here, the 6V6 here. Here's the 6V6, 6K6, 6X5, let's see, 6SJ7, and a 12AX7. Hey, we got some gold here. A 12AX7 is gold. I got $100 right there in my finger. The output transformer has been replaced. It's like a Thordarson, best I can tell, a 3019. So the output transformer has been replaced. So let's see what the other side is. Something made me not want to repair this. I just don't remember what it was. Just don't remember. I wish I could. This plastic's a little on the malformed side. And take a little heat to it. Go off all the breakables. Do not remember how I got this thing apart last time. I know it surprised me how it came off. Seems like the head had a problem or something like that. You get to it from there, that's for sure. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Got to take these 3 screws out. And this whole top piece comes off. That's what the deal is. It's 3 screws right here, 1, 2, 3. That's got to come out. No problem. Not a problem. Voila! Yeah, it's got the clips in it that you can't. Seems like I remember running into that before. I don't remember. But here it is. Why didn't I want to fix this? Probably because of the rubber in here. Get you over here closer. This is the idler, right, one of the idlers right here, and you've got a flash spot in it right there. Turn that where I can see it. Got a flash spot in it right there. It's been like that a while. Let's see, and then the other one over on the other side. That's okay. And you got these two here. They actually feel kind of pliable. I just wonder, it's back in frame, if we took this one off and subjected it to a little rubber rejuvenator, let it soak for a week or a month, maybe soften it up. And here's a belt. Gotta have that. That's gotta work. What do y'all think? Think we can get this going? Fairly certain the power supply is kind of shot on this thing. Pretty sure the filter capacitors are bad. These feel. I mean, this is just. I might be able to make this work. Wouldn't that be something? Like that right there. That rubber on this one right here. I bet you I could buy some glands. You know what? They're like O-rings, but they're kind of square. You can get them different kind of shapes, but you can get them square, and they're called glands. And I bet I could do that. Worth looking into, I guess. This capstan is actually soft. I mean, the pin controller is actually soft. Definitely needs lubricated. Pretty tough. Motor's not froze up. Spins fairly free. The motor mounts are worn. The bushings are worn today, or the rubber bushings. We'll have to do something about that if we decide to go that route with this. I don't know. What do you think? Plug it into the to the dim bulb, and I honestly don't remember what we did to this thing. Let's see if the transporter come out. Wish I could remember, y'all. I was going to take this thing apart and scrap it for parts to do the other project that I was telling you guys, but now I'm kind of wondering, maybe we could resurrect this guy if I could get the material. Surely there's somebody out here that I could probably get some of at least the belt for, or get the belt from, should I say. Anybody knows where I can get belts at nowadays, let me know in the comment section. Okay, well, it wants to come out, but it don't. So what am I forgetting here? Yeah, there's another plug right here. Pilot light right here, man. If I can grab this in a safe spot. Yep, got it out. Manufactured by Revere Camera Company. Do remember that part. So here is the amplifier chassis, or the sub chassis, or the main chassis, if you want to call it that. So we got two filter caps here. Got a 4-section here and a 3-section here. There's your bias potentiometer right there. Looks a little worse for wear. Somebody substituted a bunch of Mallory capacitors in there. Show them to you. You can't see, or maybe not right there. You can zoom me in a little bit. Turn you over here like that when you see them. Right there. Never known one of those to fail unless they were over voltaged. So we'll have to change the capacitors. These resistors here, they might need to change 3 of them. Who knows? Every capacitor in here has been changed. These I don't guess these are original to this. I don't know. Filter capacitor is definitely not any good. I can see all the junk coming out, the spunk coming out of it. As a matter of fact, on the bottom side here where you can see the capacitor, you can see where all the electrolyte, let me get it over here where y'all can see, right here. You can see where all the electrolyte definitely is stained around this area right here. So that capacitor is no good. But that's fixable. This is all this section is fixable. This section is fixable. I mean, this is boring stuff to me, really. And just for grins and wiggles, let's check some resistors. And do that. Wish there was a way I could do like some of these other guys on YouTube that can superimpose their meters. I guess I could. I could put 2 meters up, but I don't have that software. You see that? Yeah, there you go. See that right there? Alright, good. Let me get a pair of test leads. Let's check some resistors. Y'all want to be a little bit closer up. Let's try that. This is a new camera angle for me. If y'all just bear with me, okay? This is a new camera angle because I'm using my roll around table that I have. Look, I built it for working on televisions, believe it or not. This is kind of what we used to have years ago when I went to trade school. Anyway, here's your meter at the bottom. So let's check some resistors, okay? Got the Fluke 77 and the ohms function. So let's check, let's see, let's get some light on the subject. How about that? I don't want to make this video too long. People complain about my videos are too long. Not people. Is that a little better? There. Alright, let's do this. So, let's see. Golly, there's a bunch of these little dudes in here. I think this is capacitors. I don't even know. Let's check this big dude right here. That looks like a 330. This looks like an orange brown, and it's not measuring orange brown. Orange brown would be 3.3, and brown is 1.0, which would mean 330 ohm resistor. It's measuring 441 ohms, so it's a little bit high in value. Here's a 470K. It's all a roundy. These, so far it's all roundies. This one's measuring about 570K. So that one's out of tolerance. Here is a 390K orange, white, yellow. Get a good connection on here. It's measuring 480,000. That's not bad. Here's a 220K. Measuring 273. It's not that far off. It would work. That one, let's see, what is that at? 470K, 1 water. Measuring 510K, so that ends up a little high. Another one underneath it again. Oh, 100K is underneath it. The 100K at 1 watt right here. That measuring, actually the lowest, lower than the actual value, 94.7, which may have something across it. These right here are capacitors. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me zoom you in. These little gizmos. Let me move the table up a little bit. Can't really see it that good. Little gizmo right there. Let me get you a little closer in. Still experimenting here, y'all. I gotta zoom you out. I lost you. Let's see here. Where are you? Camera ain't wanting to move for some stinking reason. Thing is full of them, and I can't even find one. Zoom me back out. Where are y'all? Hello. There we go. Finally found one in the wild. Yeah, see if I can zoom in on it. There we go. Where is this stupid thing at? Everything's backwards. Right there. Right here. There you go. That's a capacitor. Yep. There's another capacitor right there. They're not resistors. They're capacitors. Now, I'm kind of thinking this is kind of an English design, which means these are not your average everyday American style capacitors. But honestly, I don't remember what they're called. If anybody knows, I know there is a lot of smart guys on here. Be glad to let me know. I ain't too proud to say that I don't know what this is. Not too proud to say that at all. Pride is not a good thing for a human being to have. Anyway, where was I? Let's see. Here's a 47 ohm resistor measuring 32. Okay, 1000 ohmer right here. $976. This is another 47 right here. measuring 32. Here's a .47, I think. I'm sorry, 4.7. It looked like it was okay. It's low. It's 1 meg. I ain't even bothered about looking at that one, but I think it's supposed to be 30K measuring 36K. So you get an idea that, yeah, these resistors in this thing is not bad. Probably this thing would probably work. You know, if the filter capacitors were good. This thing will probably work with these resistors just like they are. I mean, they're close to the value, it would work. So it's really no point. If I decide to go with this, I might just see how it works, and if it works fine, I probably won't change anything. But definitely filter cap. That main filter cap is, I don't think it's any good. These capacitors here, I don't know. I think these are Euro caps. This is like some stuff you see in some of these European radios or Japanese radios. Don't know much about them. They got a green body. Here is a one with a white, red, orange, black. Another one here with a, I don't know what that means. I don't know how to read these. Guess I can find out real quick. Let me do that and I'll figure out how to read these so we can identify them. Be right back. Okay. Just a second after the last segment, waiting on my son. While I was doing this, I was waiting on my son to call me and tell me that he was back home. He wanted to take me on a fishing trip. So I'm going to cut this video short for now, and I'm going to go with him and try to catch fish when I get back. And if I get time tonight, we'll look back into this. If I don't, maybe sometime after church tomorrow, hopefully. We'll get back on this because my curiosity is piqued about these capacitors. I know what they are. I know color codes, but I'm not familiar with these. This is like a European type capacitor. I know that I said that, what, 30 times now? So let me go catch some fish with my son, and when I get back and all that, find some time, we'll take some more video of this. Meantime, we'll let my battery charge in my camcorder, and then I'll look up these capacitors and see how to read them. We'll get some values, see what they test on maybe the capacitor tester, and then figure out if we want to fix this thing or not, or gut it and make an amplifier, audio, guitar amp out of it. I don't know. Be back. Bye. Alright, it's next day. Had a lot of drama unfold in my life. So I had to come out here to my my shop and get away from it all. Life ain't nothing but drama, guys, and anyway, I digress. Anyway, where did I leave off on this old Revere tape recorder? I'm still thinking about it. Well, I think where we left off was the capacitors. They were in here, these little green dog leg looking, dog bone looking rigs. They look like they were radio. These are radio lead capacitors, and they have kind of a greenish body, and they've got let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands on them. I thought there was kind of a European style, and that's what I'm going to say. They're a European style. I haven't seen many of these type capacitors. I had to look them up. But apparently it's a ceramic capacitor, and yeah, I agree with that. They kind of have the body of a ceramic resistor. So it could still be a dog bone. I really ain't sure. But it is definitely a ceramic capacitor, and I did finally find information on it. There it is. This is the type that I have right here. Now this is supposed to be in color, but I don't have a color printer. So, but anyway, this is the one I'm looking for. So one of the capacitors that I looked at, for example, had a big long silver. Let's see if I can do this. Had a big large silver band, and then 4 more bands after it. So the big band is the temperature coefficient, and then the next one is the first significant digit. Second one is the second significant digit, and the third one is the multiplier. And the multiplier is all in microfarads or picofarads. Then this right here is the tolerance. So one of the capacitors I looked at had a silver band, and then an orange band, a black band, a red band, and a black band. So that tells me, according to this chart, that the silver is a plus 100, it has a temperature coefficient of plus 100, J and N. Now, I don't know exactly what that means. I could not find a reference to it. There's the EIA, but my mind not working too good today. I haven't slept a lot. So if somebody could tell me, and it's hard to see on this sheet. I couldn't find J, the and sign, ampersand, N, what exactly that means. So anyway, there you go. It has a silver big large band, plus 100 temperature coefficient for whatever it, you know. Okay, that's fine. I think on a tape recorder it ain't like a radio that it's got to have a super tight coefficient. I don't know. What do I know? I just work here. Anyway, the second digit, I mean the B band or the second band, which is called the first digit, if I remember right, was an orange, which is a 3, an EIA color code. The second or the third band would have been a black, so that's 0 in the EIA color code. And then the multiplier was red, and that would make it 100. Multiplier of 100. So that comes out to 3,000 microfarads, which is actually a 0.003 microfarad. And to prove this, let's go gorilla style. Go portable. How about that? That sounds better. So this is the capacitor here that I was looking at, right there. You see the silver band, then the orange, black, red, and it looks like a black. This is the capacitor right there. So according to this, silver is this right here, 100. See that J and N right there? I'm not sure what that actually means. I should know probably, but I don't. Somebody could enlighten me, that would be wonderful, because somebody else on here might know and it's a little smarter than me. Anyway, the second band, which would be the B band, first digit, is right here, which would be orange. And then the C band, which would be the second digit, would be right there. Get you on frame. And third digit's right here, the multiplier. And then the tolerance, which is black. And then with all that information in there, that comes up to 3,000 microfarad, which is actually 0.003 microfarad plus or minus 20 microfarad tolerance with a plus 100 temperature coefficient. So if I was trying to replace this capacitor, I'd find one with a plus 100 temperature coefficient. But anyway, I digress. Got the my LC103 right here set up for ceramic capacitors, as you can see, and I'm ready. I've already calibrated my leads, so we're just going to put this back on here. We're going to put the minus on here on this side, and I've cut the lead on one side right there. So let's come back over here and let's measure the value. See if I'm right. 0.00255 microfarad. That's close enough to 3. Now I don't know, it doesn't tell me what the voltage level of these things are. I figure they're higher voltage because they're ceramic, but I have no idea what the voltage is supposed to be on these things. Anyway, so we figured out that they are ceramic capacitors. Instead of ceramic disc like this one here, this is going to be a tubular ceramic or a radial. Actually, yeah, they're both radials. But this is not a disc, this is a radial ceramic capacitor. That's what I'm going to call it. So anyway, I just clipped the lead right there. I got to remember to solder that back, secure that back on there. So this thing has a few of them here and there, and it's got some ceramics here and there, but you know, just regular disc ceramics. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I see right off the bat. Then you got these little sprays right here. How many of those are in there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 7 of them right there. So I don't know, these might be original. Everything looks really well soldered on these things. I think these are probably original to this set. So then you've got all these roundy resistors in here. You got about a good handful of them right there. So that looks like a little ceramic cap there, perhaps, maybe. Let's see. Yep. And another 0.003 right there, sure enough. So anyway, at least we identified that and learned something. Well, I've hadn't seen many of these. If I have, I've never had a problem with them, and I would think these are probably trouble-free. So it's really no point in worrying about those. But I was just curious to know. You know, it was kind of like, why would you have this and then you have resistors? So you can't just say, oh, that's got color code bands on it. That's a resistor. So no, I knew they were capacitors. I just don't know exactly what kind they were because I've never experienced those before that I remember. And I've been in this for 40 years, but you have to understand that most of the stuff I worked on was a lot newer than this, and then I got out of that into a completely different area of I've got out of actually working on electronics like this into a completely different field, electronics field. They didn't use any kind of weird stuff like that right there. So I kind of fell behind on some of this stuff. I wish I would have carried on and doing what I was doing years ago, but I didn't. I changed professions. And so I'm a little behind on some of this stuff, and that's kind of part of why this channel's here, so I can learn that you can learn. Watch me learn. Old dumb boy from northeast Louisiana actually learns something every now and then. But anyway, I tend to talk a lot, tired, a lot of drama going on, but I guess I'm going to, I had a thought about this thing. So if you'll give me a minute, let me reset a minute and let's talk about this transport a little bit. Alright, here's the transport again, and I believe we already talked about these once already. But I had a thought about this one right here. It is cracked, but it has a flat spot in it where it's been sitting against the motor capstan right here. Actually, I think that was leaning against probably the flywheel, which is down under the capstan right here. So, it's got a flat spot in it. Trying to decide how to alleviate that. Well, what I thought about doing and nothing else, I'm going to have to probably take these out, which means I got to take this deck out right here, and it looks like it's not that hard. I might try that next, but these rollers look okay. I'm going to get I want to take these out to see how they're done. It looks like I might be able to actually get these something to fit these. And if I could get the rubbers for this, I think we could make this work. And then we're going to have the foam pads that goes on the pressure pads here for the head. And we've got to make sure the head's good too. So we might see if we can get the amp working good enough. Well, actually, I don't need to do that. I can just put an oscilloscope on here, right here, or a little amplifier that I have, to see if we can get some kind of action out of these heads, to see if these heads are good. Also, we need to make sure, I need to look at that with a microscope, see just how good that head is. So let me see if I can get this off, and see if I can get this off, and let me have a closer look at this wheel. This wheel here is going to be the problem. So let me do that real quick if I can. Bring you right back. Alright, back on this deck right here. I went ahead, this layer of the transport is bolted to this layer of the transport, or screwed to it, with three 5/16 head screws. So I've already taken them out. One here, here, here. So I got to take this C-clip off right here to get this band off. Looks like this band needs to come off, so it's got an E-clip on it. So I'm going to take this E-clip off right there. You know, in the field, yeah, where I'm in it. There's the E-clip right there. So a little rubber bumper on there, so let's see if it'll come out. It is out. Wow. Now we can get to the nitty gritty of this big boy. So let's move this dude out of the way for a minute. That bad boy. Tell you what, this thing is not really that hard to work on. I like how it's laid out. I got a couple of Pentrons that it ain't nothing like this thing. That Pentron is a beast to work on. You move the problem with the Pentron compared to this, the Pentron is all, if the chassis flexes, it affects everything. The way this one's built though, doesn't have that problem. So anyway, here's the roller question right here, and let me adjust your frame. Got to go down just a little bit. Let's see. I got to figure out. Camera's kind of in an odd placement there. All right. Let's see. Anyway, here's the roller in question. Ooh, it's got two flat spots on it. I didn't notice that. Double trouble, Batman. Holy double gangers! Okay, got another E-clip got to come on. Alright, there's the E-clip. There's the tube chart. Got to save that. Let's see, it should be a... Here we go. Yep, fiber washer on it. Got to remember that. I always get that stuff. Alright, well there it is. There's your... You think that would cause a little wow and flutter? That'd sound horrible, wouldn't it? It is pliable. You see my fingernail? It is got some push and give to it. So, hang on. See what a little heat does to it. Don't want to overheat it too much. I'm looking for something. Just give me a minute. Here we go. zoom y'all in a little bit. Let's see what a little heat does. See if we can maybe soften this up. You never know. You never know. When it catches on fire, we probably got it too hot. Well, it's pretty soft now, by George. It's pretty soft, is it? Don't want to overdo it. Yeah, it didn't really help much. A little bit warm. Yeah. Boy, it's pliable though, look at there. Yeah, you can see right there how bad it's depressed in there. I'll cool this off a little bit. Grab it with my hand if I can get that wheel off there. Not sure how they put it together. I don't want to damage it. I want to get it off intact. It's probably glued. Let me put you on wide field. There we go. Looks like it might be glued. Let me get a different tool. We can get it off here, and I can get some dimensions off of it. Not exactly sure how this is on here. It almost looks like it's need my glasses. I thought it was just on there, but it looked like it's sandwiched in here. And again, it might just be glued. Get this bad boy out of the way. Yes, it's glued. Yep. There we go. We got it going on now. Still in frame. See what I'm doing? It is definitely glued to that wheel, so just a simple matter now. I guess the heat did help this a little bit, at least some of this gold glue. could have been very bad. There it is. It has released. Now that I've got this, I could take my caliper and see what the inner diameter is supposed to be. And I'll put this back on, see if I can get a rough idea of the outer diameter of this. Then I'll get the width of this and I'll see what I can find. Thought about turning it over, but it's pretty rotten. You see how that darkness is? This rubber is pretty much gone. It wouldn't live, it wouldn't last long, it would just disintegrate if we started using it. Okay, so there we go on that. I think what I'm going to do, I'll put this back on. Okay, let's pull the flywheel out. Flywheel right here, which is on the capstan. Got a little, just like tape residue or something on there. Yeah, it's going to have to be polished, but I don't feel any. I don't feel any pitting. Yeah, it looks okay. I think it'll be fine. Of course, I should have took a picture of this. Oh, spring loaded. I didn't realize that. There you guys going, drifting out of the field again. Spring loaded. I didn't realize that. Guess I ought to take a photo, huh? Before I get too carried away. I forget to do that so many times, and I wonder, why can't I make this stuff work? Alright, so the pinch roller is right here. Let's go ahead and remove it. Another E-clip. Only has a fiber washer on it. The on frame, yeah. There's the fiber washer. Go ahead and put that back together so I don't lose it. Get a pair of pliers. Paradiddle nose, should I say. Put that back on there, then I won't have an issue knowing where it went. Now here's the head. Like I say, the foam pads are gone. You really don't want to run this with tape through this without those pads on it. So I know I can find some felt for that. I know the people that sells that, so I'll have to redo that if we ever get to that point. Let's take an ohm meter and measure that head to see if that head has continuity in it. You know, it's kind of pointless to work on this if the head is open. So I doubt you're gonna find one. You know, I was testing the capacitor a few minutes ago with that LC103. Well, there's a gentleman that makes leads, low capacitance leads for those things. And yes, you can make your own. I think it's RG62. Anyway, you can make your own, but I was lazy. I just ordered a cable that was already made up. So anyway, here we go. I want to test, I figured that's one lead, so let's see what the ohm meter says. It says 178 ohms. Can y'all see that, or is the glare monster back? I think y'all can see that. Let me see. You can't see it for me. I hope you can see it. Zoom in a little bit. There you go. So that side measures 178 ohms. Let's measure the other side. It should be about the same, I would imagine. Well, that actually measures 12 ohms. So one is 180, the other one is 12. I don't know if that's right or not. I think I have a schematic that I've got online. I'll check that in a minute. Next thing that we need to look at is just how good those heads are. I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of money on the rubbers on this thing if the head is no good, if that makes any sense. Get y'all back in the frame. There you go. Really didn't think I was going to do anything with this old tape recorder. But it'd be kind of nice to have and get it all back working again. That'd be kind of cool. Actually fix something for a change. To get to that like I want to, let me take a close-up picture of that, because I'm going to take those pads out. I got to take those pads out. Make sure I get them back in. I think just take my needle nose, pull up on these. No, it's got E-clips on it. 2 E-clips, one on each side. Can y'all see? Not sure I like this camera setup. One thing, it's right in the middle of my bench. There we go. What I'm trying to do is, the 2 pressure pads are right here in front of the pushing those, or the pad tensioners, I guess I should say. But there's 2 E-clips on the end of them on these little shafts here that I've got to remove those 2 E-clips so these 2 pressure pad tensioners will come out. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do next. These are small enough that they will go flying and you will never find them. Put them over here in the little box. Alright, there's one. Got one. 50% there. Got the other. Success. Didn't lose it. Can't believe it. Now let's see if we can get them out. I'm just going to take my needle nose. It's spring loaded. I'll see how the spring is. So apparently this one goes. Pressure pad actually don't look bad. Oh my gosh, y'all are so out of focus. Where is the, here it is. The pressure pad actually feels alright. Alright, I'll run with that. So let's do the other one now. Very gently pull it up. Right or wrong, I'm doing it. This one has a little, yeah, here's what I saw right here. So I better replace both pressure pads because they're probably that and it's just disintegrating. But here is what the transport, when you tell it to play or record, push on this pin right here and apply pressure to the pads, which applies pressure to the tape, which sandwich between the pressure pad right here and the front of the head. So anyway, and here's the spring, and the springs are not rusted into. Yay. So now we have the head. Let's see what kind of view I can get you guys. How about we do it gorilla style? Said I wouldn't use that word. There's the head right there. Right there. That's what we're after next. So the heads are very, 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 very dirty. Wow. I don't remember. Let me put you back in the stand. I don't want nobody complaining. Oh, it's shaky. Get a tripod. Get a life. Let me see you do this. You only invested money. Hang on. I'm trying to put you on a little bit better field of view. If you only see what I was doing here. Trying to get y'all the best possible position. My camera, the way it's mounted, I'm going to have to turn you around. Turn you around. Yeah, there. Yeah, we're cooking with peanut oil. I usually keep the handle in front of the camera so I can manipulate it easier. But I think in this case we need to do it this way. So hopefully I won't drop you guys. Where'd you go, Cotton Eye Joe? There's the student in question. Let's get a little more light on the subject. Oop. I don't know better than that. You can't send light in the same direction as you. Let's see. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Batman, 1966. That's about pretty good lighting considering the camera is right there in the field. I mean how's that? That's the best I can do. I guess I can move y'all in a little bit, which means I gotta move the camera down, which I don't think can get too much more. There, that's the best I can do. So let's run a little alcohol. I don't remember what I did with my head cleaner. Man, I ain't used that stuff in ages. See what comes off. I'm just using a little bit of alcohol pad. A little residue. Yeah, more. Yeah, it's a lot of residue on there. Hang on just a second. Well, okie dokie then. I'm getting attacked here. Just going to wipe it down with some other kind of cleaner. Thought I had some tape head cleaner. I can't find it. I I hadn't done that in so long. I may have to buy some. Hate to buy anything. Yeah, that's coming. I can't find. I'm so zoomed in, I can't find the focus. That's what I'm getting out of it. It's getting there. I can start seeing. I'm getting rid of that brown. I'm getting making a little progress. It looks like a little bit of wear on there. I can see some light reflecting off an angular surface down there. Let me get a swab. It really annoys me that I don't have no head cleaner. We'll do it this way. Get in there and scrub. Just widen you out a minute so you can see. Screen's upside down. That's why I can't see. There we go. That's why I could figure out. Making progress. We try something a little stronger. Yeah, it just really annoys me that I don't have. I'm going to use a little naphtha, aka lighter fluid on this. It's not going to hurt this material. Oh wow. Naphtha did the trick. Look at there how nasty that came out. That was one gunked up head right there now. Let's give it one more treatment. Oh no, that was goof off. I thought I was using naphtha. No wonder I got discoloration. Man, I think I actually happy accident there. That head just don't look good, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I thought I was using naphtha. I wasn't looking. Your lighter fluid. That's goof off. That's the last thing I wanted on there. No wonder it came so dirty. I think I erased it. Such a dummy sometimes. Thought that smelled funny. Now we got naphtha. It's so dumb sometimes. I reached right at the yellow naphtha and grabbed the other one. Alright. Of course it came out. So the head looks very bad. It don't look good, y'all. I'm seeing a lot of wear on one side. I think this head is bad. Unfortunately, I need to look at it closely with some magnification, and I can't get you guys in there. So I'm just going to pause you for a few minutes, and I'm going to take a close look and not have the camera in my way. I'll be right back. Alright. I just got through inspecting the tape heads on this thing very closely. I've got a couple pictures I'm going to put up here. Tape head number 1. This is actually, I'm not sure if that's record. I think that's the record side or the place. I don't know which side it is. Anyway, here's the first one in this picture right here. Okay, now in this second picture is the other half of it. Ready? Picture done. Okay. See how I added this together. That head is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's got chunks missing off of it. I saw corrosion on one of the heads. You got 2 poles side by side on the heads there, you know, that makes up the electromagnet of the head, which is basically what a head is an electromagnet in reverse. So anyway, there's a lot of corrosion on there, and I'm not sure I can clean that out. I got to think about this and research it a little bit. So I don't know. I'm not doing too good on this channel here lately. I keep getting this stuff that just can be repaired, but do we want to repair it? I mean, this is not a hi-fi device by no means. It was probably hi-fi or state of the art back in the day, I guess early 50s, mid 50s maybe. Not sure what the timeline of this thing is, but that head is about as worst head, bad as head as I've ever seen. It is definitely worn. It definitely got chunks missing out of it. It's definitely got corrosion on it, which wouldn't be very friendly for some of these tapes that I have. So as it stands now, let's just say the head is bad. I would have to find another head, which that'd be kind of interesting. Then I'm going to need all the rubbers. I'm going to need all the capstans and all that stuff. You know, the 2 pinch rollers, the stuff, the take-ups and feed rollers. What else? The capstan roller is this guy right here. We hadn't talked much about that. It's stained. But it is pliable. I'm feeling hard spots in it. It might live. I might have to dunk it in rubber rejuvenator too. Doesn't show any signs of cracking. Electrically, it's sound. Case is not that bad, but the head could be the corker, as my wife says. I got to look into that, see if I may have to pull the head to get a closer look at it. I need to borrow my friend's microscope to see just how bad it is. I need to look up the specs on that to make sure that 12, 13 ohms and 180 ohms is right for this. Make sure that's right, or even go that far. Lord. So I guess I need to do some research. So let me do some quick research, and hopefully I can see where I'm going to go with this. So I'll bring you back, hopefully, see you in a little bit. Okay, I guess we're recording. I'm on my Logitech webcam now. I ordered a schematic. I thought I had a schematic for this thing, and I couldn't find it. I don't know what I did with it. Pressed for time this afternoon, like usual, but I wanted to make sure that head is okay. I'm thinking it is. The record head is the one that basically is powered directly from the record amplifier. I don't remember. It seemed like it takes. I don't remember. I haven't messed with these in so long. It seems like it should be a low impedance, you know, for the record side, and because it's got to make a pretty strong magnetic field, be able to record into that tape. And then the replay side is going to be a higher resistance because it's acting as a magnetic pickup, so it needs more turns, be able to, you know, act as a transformer, you know, to magnify that low level signal from the tape. So I'm thinking the low resistance side is the record part of it, and the other side is the playback side. But it could be just the bias part of the head and the playback head. I'm not sure how they got this set up. It's been so long since I messed with these things. But anyway, I'm waiting on the schematic for it, but I doubt I'm going to get it within the hour, and I'm ready to move on with this recording here. I did find a source for some of the rubbers on this thing, so I'm going to wait on the schematic, make some more checks and all this stuff, and might be a brief part 2 on this thing to see if I decide to go with this or not. That tape head is the really problem. I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of money or time on this because I can get a whole working one in a lot better shape off eBay for about 110 bucks. So kind of where I'm at. So I've spent $8 on this thing so far. So let me see how the research goes. In the next episode, I'll tell you if I decide to work on it or not. And if I decide not to, then we'll gut this thing, take all the good parts out of all the sockets, all the tube transformers and all this stuff, and see if we can make a low-level guitar amplifier out of it, just for fun. Alright, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, it's going to be another 1 hour and 20 minute one, but that's just the way it goes, messing with this stuff. I apologize